Hello? Full screen is bugged. What do you mean? Ah, it's not recognizing the second desktop, I think. Para. Hello, boys. One second, I have to do the stupid event of the stupid game. 1 second, and then I'm with you again. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. But let me do this. Let me do this. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. Hello, Mike. I have another question for you. But later. No, I don't. No, I'm fine. I will ship the miniature tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I can, I will see, but I think I will ship them tomorrow. It'll be very fun to see if you receive it. I hope you receive it. No, I'm pretty sure you receive it, but let's see. He has to go a long way. Should not take much. Should take like 4 or 5 days. I don't know. Give me a second. I will be here in like 10 minutes. I have to finish this thing. 1 second, my boys. This thing is super slow, bro. This thing is super slow. I'm trying to finish something, but it's very slow, so I don't know. I thought I can do it in like 5 minutes, but it's like... Five minutes. Oh, these guys are not coming here. 1 second, guys. 1 second. 1 second. I think they made it longer by purpose. It's not like that. Bra! You're serious? It is so slow. I wanted to do it like in few minutes, but it's taking a lot of time. It's even slower. I'm trying different places to see if I can do it quicker, but it's not working. What? Sorry guys, one more second. Well, actually, I don't know how much. It's going to be a few more minutes. Should be done with this shit. Okay, I'm nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. Okay. Okay, we did it. Now I just have to go here and we should be fine. Okay. Done. Haha, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it took more than 10 minutes, but fine. Okay, so we were reasoning on this, right? Yes. We were reasoning on this thing. We were reasoning on this thing. Fuck. Jesus. Another generic player icon. No? There was only one. Interesting. Sorry, you are bald. You don't want to be bald, right? Oh, fuck. It's all man, there's no woman. Okay. Anyway. What? Okay. What happened? No. I lost my guy. What the fuck? Seriously? I clicked something and the guy disappeared. Okay. Okay. Can I do no. Now I was thinking to have like like a gray dotted line, right? I mean, just so it's more understandable that that's a placeholder, right? Can we do that? just to say that this is placeholder thing, right? It's incredible that sometimes it's easier to do things in Paint than in GIMP, right? But yeah. Very nice. You know what? Maybe the placeholder, I leave it as a separate. So I can move them around, right? I'm doing it, boys. I'm doing it. I went on a spree of can I just colorize it? Oh no. No. Yes, I can. Nice. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, my boys. So as you may imagine, right? These are characters placeholder. These are monster placeholders. Right. And yeah. Try to improve a bit the overall. Okay. Okay. Fuck. Yeah, sometimes doing things is hard. Okay. We should not make it a science project. I know. Let's not make it a science project. It's just a mock-up. I know it's just a mock-up, but still, I would like to have a sense, you know, of the layout, right? I would like to have a sense of the layout. Yeah. I would like to have a sense of the layout. I like to have a sense of the layout. Yeah. 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 The only thing that I don't know is if three monster locations is enough. Hello, it's also supposed to be a card game in PlaneShift. Hello, Dotted Fish. Yes, I think that I'm into this thing. I don't know exactly why, but I am. I cannot really guarantee that it will happen, right? But I would say I'm starting to be very interested into this thing. I don't know exactly why, but you know, sometimes it's just I mean, we can play dice. Did you play dice, by the way? We have dice in game with different game types, and okay, let me summarize again, okay? So because I just improved a bit the layout so that it's easier to understand. Now, unfortunately, now the turn one is kind of broken, right? Because we did all these nice changes, and now it's a bit broken, right? But yeah, significantly broken. But anyway, I mean, what I can do, I can just copy this, and this, and then I don't know if this way is too simple. I don't know if this way is too simple. Would it be a full screen thing like Hearthstone and so on, or a game that can be run next to RP in such a tavern? No, no, full screen, full screen. Completely full screen. Look a little complicated to BK with cards in tavern. Yeah. No, it's, I mean, it would be, I mean, you can be in the tavern, right? But then a full screen shows up. A full screen shows up, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to do, you know, turn 0, turn 1, right? And then we can try to simulate it another way, I don't know, but at the moment... wait, Okay. I think it's better now. Okay, so meaning to be able to still look around, but the cards being on the table, no, it's impossible. It's impossible because this will already be big full screen, right? There will be already much full screen, so it must be full screen. There is no way because the cards have numbers. You need to be able to read the numbers. You need to be able to read the descriptions. I mean, yes, you could in theory click on a card and the card pops up, right, in 3D, but I don't know. I mean, in theory possible, but I think it is already hard, right? We are embarking on something that is huge, so we have to be very conscious of what we are doing, right? So we have to be very conscious of what we are trying to do here, because otherwise it becomes a project of 1 year, right? So, but yeah. Okay, so let me explain it again 1 second, and you can give any suggestions that you want, guys. Okay, I need your help also to think about game mechanics and things like that. So if you are a card player, but also if you are not, right, you can help. So okay, let's revisit quickly the sequence, right? So the first thing you want to do is to build your deck, right? Your deck at the moment is made of 40 cards. You can put in 4 characters, which are the red cards in theory. Yeah, in theory I should have the red border around the characters. No. Fuck it. Okay, it's too, I mean... fine. Okay, let me do it quick. It's easy anyway, because it is... I just have to feel, right? I just have to feel this with red, because characters are red, right? Items are golden and spells are blue. Ouch. Monsters in theory are black, but we will do them white because otherwise. Items are golden. Yeah, which is basically, but anyway. Okay. Okay, so deck building. Hello, VCBNJ, welcome back. If you have a recorded version of the stream, I'd be happy to share it with some friends who are much more familiar with card games than I am. Yeah, everything is on YouTube, so you can watch on YouTube anything. But maybe it's better, you know, to send them just the final version. Well, the final. I mean, when I'm just summer, I like now, right? If we start now, I can explain it a bit. So it starts with the deck building. At the moment, we have 40 cards. This number may change. In the deck building, you have to put 4 characters, 2 locations or more. Exactly 4 characters, 2 locations or more, 4 creatures or more. Any number of spells and any number of items from 0 to whatever you can fit into the deck. Okay, so that is the deck that you create. And the same does your opponent. Then the game starts, right? And this is the layout. So you see obviously the cards of the opponent covered. You see yours, and I don't know yet how the cards will be extracted, but probably there will be a minimum of 1 character drawn by turn, right? Then you have coins and mana. So you can, at the beginning of the turn, the first thing that happens is that 1 location gets drawn, right? And so we basically go in turn 1. Okay, so in turn 1, what happens is that you decide to boost your coins by 1, and you cannot boost your mana if you boost your coins. Right? So this player boosted his coin max to 1, and he decided to play his character, right? This character, which actually cost 1. This character costs 2, and so he cannot play it. So he plays this character for 1, and after seeing that 1 location is drawn, this is the location, and 1 monster is drawn, which is this guy. After this, yes, he places his hero, his character for 1, and now the question I have is what happens next, right? So I don't think that the other player can play until I finished with this monster. So basically what I can do, I can attack the monster and try to kill it. Obviously this monster will need to have some characteristics, right? Which at the moment we don't see here. So I think we need to have this thing somehow. So the 50 HP. Let me do this. I don't know if the. Anyway, let me think about it a second. But So the monster will have obviously health and so let's say that the monster is a 5/5, okay? Let's say that a monster is a 5/5 for simplicity, okay? So there is the attack that I don't know which color we want to have, and this is the health, okay? The health, maybe we put it red so it's easier to understand. And maybe a bit darker, otherwise it's unreadable. And this one is the attack, okay? And the attack, I don't know, we make it brown or whatever. We will see. I mean, we have, okay. So there is a 5/5. Now, my hero also need to have characteristic stats, right? And I'm trying to think if I want to have, you know, a 5/5 as well, or I want to have, I don't know, a 6/4 so that we do enough damage to kill him, but we don't die when attacking him. And we will have to decide if, when you attack this way, if you're actually losing health yourself or not, right? So that's a very important mechanic, right? So that's basically the most important mechanic. I think that if we want to do it like Hearthstone, right, the monster gets damage for a certain amount, right? And you get damaged by the same amount. Let me see 1 second. With the games, for the games that have health, attack, that have attack and health, how are the mechanics of the attack? For example, I have a 5 attack, 10 health creature attacking, a 5 attack, 10 health creature. So let's see, simultaneous damage, most common. Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, Runeterra, and Shadowverse are using the simultaneous damage, right? So basically, if you have a 5/10 and another 5/10, right? Then one creature will remain with 5 HP, right? And they fight again. And when they go to 0, they both die. Yeah, exactly. Now, attacker only damage. Some RPG hybrids, some tactical games. So basically, no other important game are doing it differently. Yu-Gi-Oh is, I'm reading the screen on the other monitor. Yu-Gi-Oh is position-based damage, attack versus defense. So depends on the battle position. Attack versus attack, both take damage. Attack versus defense, defender absorb, the attacker may take none. Okay, I understand. So it's basically lane-based, right? So it's based on the lane. But I don't think we want to have lanes, it's too complex. I think it's too complex. Non-lethal combat, Keyforge and Marvel Snap. No HP attrition model, power is compared, loser is removed or loses position. So you basically, no, I want to do damage. Yeah, I think we can go with a classic model. I think it's easier. Okay, so for damage we go with a, I think that for now we go with a classic model. I just read a bit about what is going on with the other games, but okay, so let's do a change then. Let's say that this guy is let's say that this guy is 3-5, right? And we are what? I mean, we may be the same, right? We may be also 3-5. So we don't kill each other, right? Yeah, unfortunately. Fuck. Okay, so we are a 3-5 versus a 3-5. Now now the question I have is, do I have the option of not fighting the monster? Do I have the option of not fighting? And if I don't fight it, then is the monster doing something to my character anyway or not? So, or is the monster randomly attacking me or the other guy? Right? Because basically the difference between a standard card game and this is that the standard card game is always your monster versus the other guy monster, while these guys are basically neutral. They are from the dungeon, right? And so no one controls them. So they need to have a standard mechanism, you know, to interact. Or they do nothing, so they just stand there and they passively attack back when you attack them. But then what would be your advantage in not attacking the monster? Because if you, like here, right, if I'm not attacking the monster, I'm basically giving the option to the other player to kill it. The problem is that if the other player can do 3 damage, sorry, if the other player can do 5 damage, then he will kill it. If I attack the monster, and I know that I'm not able to kill it, but if I attack the monster and I bring him to 2 hit points left, then will be much easier for the other player to kill it, right? And so that would be a big, I mean, there would be not a great move, because you are basically giving 50 HP to the other player. And this mechanic doesn't really makes, I mean, I don't really love it, right? Because basically it's wait, I mean, without knowing what the other guy has, you have to take a decision, and you don't know. So it's not very easy to take a decision without knowing the other player's cards, right? Yeah, there is a problem. There is a problem. So I think that the neutral creatures are a bit of a problem for the decision making here. I mean, unless you have your monsters and the enemy has his own monsters, fine. Or unless you can engage. I mean, you could in theory engage and take the monster for you, right? So that you can only fight him until you are both, I mean, one of the two dies, and then the monster is free again. Do you think we should do that? The problem is how to represent this visually, right? Because Because let's say that, okay, I decided that my character engaged this monster. How do we represent visually that these two are now in combat, right? And why the other player cannot do something? Well, the other player may boost this creature so that it's harder for me to kill it the next turn. Do you think that the other player can cast the spells at this point? To boost the creature? Or I think I like the idea of monsters and locations being neutral, but it creates a big problem. It creates the problem of how the creature is going to, behave, right? And also is creating this big issue of me attacking the creature and so lowering his health to the point that the other character can kill it and take the XP. It's fine if you didn't play other card game. It's just logically how we want it to have, right? This is completely different from Hearthstone, so it's very different. Yeah, this problem of monsters being shared is a real problem. Because it generates this issue of me being able to attack him only when I kill it, so that I take the HP. And if I do 3 damage, right? If I do 3 damage and the other player is doing the remaining 2, who is taking the experience? The last hit, or we share it? I mean, sharing it I think would be very hard to calculate. Certain monster can cast spell in the regular game, so they should be able to afford to generate mana and cast an ability in the concept here, or what you're proposing? No, it's good. It's a good thinking. So you think that the monster should be able to attack and cast spells and do something, right? Yeah, in theory can. The problem, like for example, the monster can regenerate, right? The easiest is that it regenerates HP when it's the turn of the other guy, right? For example. But before going into monster abilities, I think we need to understand what do we want for what do we want for the normal turn, right? So normal turn, my character a monster, and then an enemy character the same monster. So how does this play out? Because what I'm seeing now, right, doing the simulation with this neutral monster, is that my options are very limited, because I can take I can decide, yes, I attack him and I leave him at 2 damage, right? Because I have 3 attack, right? I have 3 attack and he has 5 health, right? So I will leave him at 2 damage, and then my enemy will be able to kill it much easier, right? And so it's basically giving him the chance to make more points. So it doesn't really work, right? So this mechanic doesn't really work. This mechanic is not a good mechanic. They can have some shields against some special skills. Yes, they can. But I'm trying at the moment to figure out really the basics, right? Without any special. The special we can add later, but I want to find the core first, right? The basic first. And then we do the special. But So that is a bit problematic. That is a bit problematic because basically if I am a 5/5, then yes, I kill it and I take the XP. But if I'm not a 5/5, I'm a 3/5 like now, then I only damage the guy. And I'm only helping my opponent, right? Unless that creature is locked on me and the opponent cannot kill it, right? But that would be kind of weird. That would be kind of weird. I don't think there is an easy solution on this. I don't think there is an easy solution. I mean, always split the XP. I mean, if you split the XP, obviously, it will be much easier. But then imagine in a real game, right? If you have the cards on your table, I mean, there would be a mess to calculate. Splitting the experience will be really a mess. It will be really a mess. I can try to chat with the AI and see what she says, but it's a bit problematic. I mean, it's hard. It's long to explain, by the way. It's long to explain, by the way. Because the problem, I mean, I can explain it this way. In the card game I'm designing, I want to have neutral monsters that are spawned by the game itself, right? Then the two players can fight the monster. The problem I have, fight the monster, kill it. Right, fight a monster, kill it, and take the experience, and take the experience, the XP, the experience point. Example, a troll is worth 50 XP, right?
I will find a way.
The problem I have, so the problem I have is this sequence, right? Is this sequence. So player A with a player A plays his character. A dwarf with attack 3, right? Defense or health 5, right? No, wait, let's say that is 2. 1. the game spawns a troll with, you know, attack 3, health 5, right? Player A plays his character card. A dwarf with attack 3, health 5, right? Player A has to decide what to do. If he attacks, right, the monster will be left with 2 HP, with 2 health. Will be yes, with 2 health, which will only help the other player, right? So my problem is how to make this mechanic, so how to make neutral monsters actually you know, fun to play and not force the player to avoid attacking or give an advantage to the opponent. So that is the issue I have at the moment, right? Let's see what the eye says. There is a classic, let me show it to you. What browser is this? Yes. There is a classic and very real design problem. You actually articulated perfectly. What you are seeing is not a balance bug, but a structural incentive problem. If a partial damage helps my opponent more than me, the optimal play is often to do nothing, and that's bad gameplay. Yeah, exactly. So, why your current system fails by design? Your example, neutral troll, blah blah blah, dwarf A, blah blah blah, simultaneous damage, persistence HP, yes. If the player A attacks, the troll goes to THP, the goes to THP, player B can last hit and gets all the 50 XP. So dominant strategy is never attack unless you can kill yourself. Exactly. You see, the AI is fairly smart, understood the problem. Hello Marcellum, hey, long time I don't see you. The prisoner dilemma, one shot 2x. What do you mean one shot 2x? Both 50-50. No, I don't want to split. I don't want to split the experience because it will be too much of a mess to calculate for the players in their mind, right? This leads to stalling, chicken gameplay, and fun ultimate play. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. Neutral monster only work if you answer them at least one of these questions. Who is rewarded for dealing damage? Who controls when the combat happens? Can reward be split, claimed, or secured? Yeah, this is what I was saying. I mean, you could lock the creature, and so he only fights against you, right? So, solution 1, XP is proportional. Yeah, I know, but this is really a problem for calculations. There is a real problem for calculations, boys. Last hit does not matter. XP is based on damage contribution. Yeah, I understand. Solution 2 is claim. Ownership after the first hit is used in many MMO. Yeah, this I think is a bit better, right? So like what I was saying, that you engage, right? You engage with this creature and this creature becomes yours, right? So no one else can attack this creature. Or no one else can kill it, maybe. Maybe the other player can decide to buff that creature, which will be kind of interesting, right? So let's say that the second player decides to heal this creature or buff this creature, but he cannot kill it. So basically this creature at that point is on the side of the opposing player because actually you attacked it. So temporarily this creature becomes like a creature of the opposing player. Yeah, I think this way it may work actually. So basically the creature will be kind of neutral, right? Can we have, the only problem is how to represent it on the board, right? That this creature is now engaged with this guy. Or we have moving lanes, right? Like I can take this monster. I can take this monster and actually move it, right? Somehow. And saying that this is engaged with me. Because, I mean, visually also needs to work. Otherwise, it's too hard, right? Hey, maybe we have to tag it. Maybe we have to tag it. So opponent can interfere, steal via specific effect, kill the claimer. Only the claiming player get XP. Okay, yeah. Example, player A is the troll. Troll is tagged. If player B kills it, player has to get the XP. So player B can still kill it, huh? Why he would do that? Well, maybe because he has an area of effect spell that is affecting the whole lane, right? This is kind of interesting. Example, player A hits troll. Troll is tagged, play his skills and get XP. Why it works? Attacking first is good, clears incentives, strong MMO flavor. Trade-offs, noble risk. Need counterplay, steal, contest, don't. Great if you want to world ownership tension. Solution 3. XP is gained on hit and not on kill. What? Every time you damage the monster, you can... Yeah, but the problem, bro, is that if you do it like this, we have to again split the XP, right? And I don't want to split the XP. I don't want to. I don't want to. Commitment-based combat. You finish what you start. When your character attacks a monster, they are engaged. Combat continues automatically until one dies, or combat is broken by effects. Yeah, it's the same as the previous, as the number 2, right? Ah, okay, no, in this case there is no possibility for player B to interact. I think it's very nice if player B can interact. Hello, Grey Mouse. Hey. I have to go to the bathroom a second. I think that the idea of tagging is pretty cool. Because I can engage, right? I can decide to engage. Where are we? Yeah. I can decide to engage. Bum 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 bum. One second, I go to the bathroom and I'm coming back, okay? 1 second. Anyway, it's kind of incredible that the AI exactly understood the problem, right? It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. I have to stay here. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So I think I like the idea of the monster. I mean, you engaging with the monster. Okay, and I like the idea of the other player interfering with your fight. Right? So this monster become yours. Now, how do we show it? How do we show this on the board? That is a real problem. Because or we have a kind of a parking area where the monster doesn't really belong to anyone until it's engaged, right? I mean, in theory, we could do a trick. The trick could be that the monster is tapped, right? I mean, the monster is rotated, right? On the board. If he's not engaged with anyone. And then it becomes, and then it becomes engaged. But this means that because I have three slots, right? Now, because the problem is, let's imagine, I think we will use the tagging, okay? The tagging is a great idea. And I really like it, so I think it's great. I think we fixed the problem. But now I have another problem. Let's say that we are in a subsequent turn. Let's go to turn number 2, right? Turn number 2. And at the moment we don't care about the other player, right? So in turn number 2, I have. Wait, because this thing is becoming fairly complex. So in turn number 2, okay, let's say that I have 2 characters, right, on the ground. I have 2 characters on the ground. I mean 2 characters in play, right? Yes. What? Ah, yes, because there is also turn 1 and turn 0. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, actually. So let's say that I have. There is not a dick, by the way. This is just the 3D arrow on the character. Okay. Okay, so I play this character, right? I play this character and another creature arrives because the creatures arrive every turn. Now, I don't know if they arrive in every other player's turn, but I would say yes. No, I mean they arrive every time, right? They arrive every time. So every turn. Every turn they arrive. So this creature is a creature because it's white, huh? Yeah. So if another creature arrives, if another creature arrives in his turn, and another creature arrives in my turn, right? Because this is what is gonna happen, right? So first turn creature, turn of the opponent another creature, my turn another creature, right? And this and we said that we have a maximum of 3 creatures per dungeon. Okay? Maximum of 3 creatures per dungeon. So do we have another creature? I mean, it can even be the same, right? Let's use the same. Let's use the same creature. So we will have the same creature twice. It's okay. We don't need it. We don't need another creature. It can be the same creature, right? So now is my turn. So this will actually be turn 3, but anyway. So now is my turn, and I have I have to say, I'd be very concerned about the color if he was just saying the Robin is a nice 3D arrow, I guess. Yeah. So now we need a way to show that this guy is engaged with me, right? And the question is, can another hero, can another character help to fight the same monster? There is a fundamental thing, right? Or this would be a good choice though, right? Because we are basically asking the player to make a choice. Or you help this guy to finish this monster, or you attack another monster and tag it again, right? So basically you can tag as many monsters as you want and claim them for you to fight, right? I think it's a good concept actually. I think it's a good concept. Because this choice, I think, is a healthy choice, right? Now, the only problem is that if this character attacks this, you basically finish it. You finish it, so you get the XP, but you don't tag another monster. So you leave it open for the other guy to tag it, right? That wasn't very appropriate, it's fine. Well, you can have a magical dick. This will be magical. Yeah, but I like this. I think it's a good mechanic. I think it's a very good mechanic. The only problem is that we need to decide how to show on the board that one or more are engaged with the same monster, right? In theory, we need 3 lanes. In theory, we need 3 lanes, you know? In theory, I mean, if you want to do it properly, it will be like this. Let me sketch it quickly just for you to understand what I mean, right? So in theory, it will be like this. You have monsters that are not claimed. Monsters that are not claimed. And they have to stay in one lane. Monsters that are claimed for one player or the other player. So basically this is the... wait. How can we do this though? Yeah, we need a central lane. Yeah, we need a central lane. So basically, we need a central lane. Yeah, we need a central lane. We need a central lane of unclaimed monsters. So let's say that these two monsters are unclaimed, okay? And these two monsters are unclaimed. But these two are claimed and are actually engaged. This one is claimed with player A and this one is claimed with player B. Yeah, the problem is how to visually do this, because this will make the board super big, right? Super big. Because then on top of this you still have your characters lane, understand? So it's a freaking mess. That is not really good in terms of layer, because basically you have your characters, right? You understand the issue, huh? What happened? So you have your character, the monsters your character is fighting with, the unclaimed monsters, then the monsters the other player is engaged with, and then again the unclaimed monsters. So it becomes very, very, very spread out, right? It's too spread out. It's too spread out. It's not possible. It's not possible. Solendos the Smurf. It's not possible, guys. This layout is a mess. This layout is a mess. I think that what we can do, maybe, is this. So is to have the unclaimed next to the location. And they can be again maximum 3, right? Maximum 3. So you can have the location and the what? The location and the 3 monsters on the side. Your character and the monster that you are actually fighting in front of you. The problem is that I don't know if there is enough space, because we said that these are 3. I don't want to make it too messy, right? I don't want to make it too messy. Because how many can be these spaces? In theory, they can be infinite. Well, they can be. So this becomes a bit of a problem. I mean, or these ones are in a deck. I mean, in a pile, right? And you can pick, or because I fear that I fear that the board becomes too messy. Because basically I need a space here on the left or somewhere for the unclaimed. And then I need 2 rows for the claimed. So this becomes double, right? I think the problem is I think the problem is the layout. I really like the tag system. Okay, we go with the tag system. So solution number 2, I think, in his list, right? Yeah. We go with the claim tag after. The problem is how to visually represent the. I mean, it doesn't have to be by hero, right? So at that point, right? At that point, I don't need anymore this guy to say that this guy is fighting with this guy, right? I don't need that anymore. The only thing that I need is that this player is fighting with this creature, and this player is fighting with this creature. So, or we change the color of the background. Yeah, that could be one way. Right? So, like one is blue and the other is red, and we are changing the colors, saying that it's tagged for you. Or we just move it slightly, right? We can move it slightly, like there can be a small space here. So what I mean is this. Look, what I mean is this. Instead of having this separation, yeah. That's a solution, guys. That's a solution. This is the solution. This is the solution. So we do this. We do this. So forget this. Forget this. Forget this. Forget this. Forget this. Okay, so this is player 1, right? And this is player 2. And these are the monsters, right? Okay, so this is player 1, this is player 2. These are the monsters, right? So basically their lane is designed this way. Wait, their lane is designed. The lane. The lane. Come on. Oh shit. Wait. Now I think I have a solution. I have a solution which maybe is not the most elegant, but I think it will kind of work. So the lane is designed this way. The lane is designed. I mean, I'm just doing it quickly now, right? We can make it nicer, but just to give you the idea, right? Yes. I can make it nice, but basically is a 3 positions, right? Is 3 positions. Is 3 positions. Is 3 positions. So, right. Is 3 positions. You have a card that when is unclaimed is in the middle, right? When it's claimed, now this is too small, but anyway. It's too small for whatever fucking reason. Okay. So when the card is in the middle, it is unclaimed, right? So it's a monster that is available to be fought, right? You can engage him. If I engage him and I do any damage, unless this monster dies, he moves to my side. Okay? And so this monster will be engaged with me and it will be tagged to be mine, right? If the monster if the other guy attacks another monster, it goes up, right? And this will be so I think this way is fairly easy to understand, right? And we don't have to use 2 full lanes. Maybe we can actually use only half. Now you may say, well, it's about the same because you have to use anyway 2 lanes. Well, I think they can be as close as this, right? I mean, yeah, if I do it like this, it's like having 2 lanes. I mean, the space is 2 lanes. I wanted to have just a small move. We can have an arrow, right? We can have an arrow. We can move them. We can move them a bit. We can move them a bit and have an arrow that is showing clearly who is engaged with who, right? So maybe the position is not really the best. I mean, this was an idea, but maybe it's not a great idea. Maybe we can have... I think I would like to move it a bit just because it's logically more... I mean, it's logically easier to see, right? But then we can... I mean, it's easier to see it if there is... And then we can have a small arrow to say, oh, this guy is engaged with this guy. And this guy is engaged, you know, with this other guy. Because it is really a problem of space on the board, because I think it will become annoying if you use too much space. It would be very hard to see, right? So it can be something like this, I don't know, that they move a bit, right, up or down, but also you have an arrow that is clearly telling you who they are engaged with, right? What do you think, guys? Let me see what the AI says. Okay, we go to the claim tag system. The problem is how to visually represent the fact a certain monster is tagged for one player. I mean, having 3 horizontal lanes for the monsters will really be too much space consumed, right? I mean, 1 in the center for untagged monsters and 1 to the side of each player for the ones they have tagged. You like it so far? Border frame ownership. So the monsters saying the same physical. Yeah, I was saying what I said is like to change the background, right? But I don't know. When tagged, their border color changes to the player's color. I think it's kind of easy to mess up, though. I mean, a badge. I think a badge is just too annoying. I mean, we already have 1 million badges, right? Hello, Pop TV Divinity. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Hi. So ownership badge sigil. I think it is a mess, because if you consider that our cards will already have, right? Will already have how many? I mean, our cards needs to have, right? If you go back here, let's try to simulate it a second, right? Let's try to simulate it a second. Yeah, let's try to simulate it with a character, right? So the card needs to have health and health and attack, right? Health and attack, right? Then he needs to have the indicator if he's costing coins or mana with the number, right? So he needs the coin. He needs the coin somewhere. Right? And I don't even know where the hell to put it, right? To avoid destroying the card, but I don't know, maybe here. Maybe here. Okay, so it will have this, and on top obviously there will be a number. For example, 1. Right? If no one attacks a monster, does it choose? We will arrive there in a second. We will arrive there in a second. I think if no one attacks a monster, the monster just stays there. Yeah, that's the problem though. I think that we need them. I mean, if the monster is not attacked, I think it will choose randomly an opponent. Or maybe we'll do damage to everyone. I don't know. We can, because we have to force the players to tag some monster, or to also there should be a decision, right? There should be a game mechanic. So they decide to tag it, or they leave it free. But then if they leave it free, they take, I don't know, half the damage, or they take 1 damage. Yeah, maybe they take 1 damage, both of them. So both players take 1 damage. That would be, I think, a good mechanic, because like you can finish your opponent just by letting the monster free if the opponent is at 1 HP, right? Okay, then we need the XP, right? Then we need the XP, and for the XP, and for the XP, I don't know. We will find something. I mean, at the moment, I'm just inventing. So I don't know. We will define what we want to have as an XP symbol, right? But what's going on here? So XP, for example, is 50. I don't know if I want to say 50 XP, right? Or but probably we will have to, otherwise it will be hard to read. But I don't know. Okay. So what? Ah, fuck, I'm not doing it in the right place. No! I'm not in the right place. Wait. Wait. What is our card thingy? Our card thingy is here. Did he copy as an image, or did he copy as a... No, he copied it as a real thing. Okay, nice. Okay. 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 I mean, we will improve it, right? So this is just to show the thing. So we already have the cost to activate, the XP that you get when you kill it, the attack, and the health, right? So we already have like 4 things. Now, if I also have to add the tag, right? It becomes a freaking too much. I think I prefer to have or the position or just an arrow that is just shown, you know, just an arrow that is showing this direction or this direction. Because I think it becomes too much. Like an arrow like this. But again, we will not have a lot of space, right? Because there is our board at the moment, so... So the eye is suggesting a siege, a badge, but I don't like the badge. I don't like the badge. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's too messy. XP token overlay. When claimed, monster gains an XP token stack in the Clement color. Token count, total XP progress is very unreadable. It's very unreadable. Targeting lines, nah. Targeting line. So what he's saying is to have a line, right? What he's saying is to have a line that goes between. I mean, but I think it's very messy. So he's saying. He's saying the cards stay in the same place, right? So let's assume that we are in the tight scenario, right? Let me remove this for a second, right? So we are in the tight space scenario, right? The 2 players in front of each other and the monsters here. So what he's saying, oh, create like a magical line, right? Like a magical bond that goes from here to here, right? Nah, I think it will become a mess because then this one will be there, and also it's not one-to-one with the hero, with the character, right? Is that these ones are all engaged with this player, so the engagement is on the side, is not on one specific card. So nah. Card posture. Tilt. Neutral monster are upright. Claim monster, tilt toward. Tilt toward the owning player. Nah. I mean, you rotate it slightly, but you will never understand where it's rotated, right? I mean, you mean fully? Nah, it looks like shit. You have a monster upside down? I mean, it's very bad. No, 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 no. Minimal text. No, 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 no. Strong recommendation. Border glow plus ownership badge. No, 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 no. It's a bad suggestion. Nah, it's a bad. All these are bad suggestions. I think we will move them slightly. I know that is not much, you know, but we will move them slightly and we will put an arrow. I think this is what we can do. So we'll move them slightly like this and put an arrow, or we don't even put an arrow. I mean, we don't even move them, right? We don't even move them, and we just put an arrow. The problem is that I don't know if it becomes too messy. Do you think it's too messy? I mean, I think it's okay. I don't see another solution. I don't see another solution. This is the only solution. I think it is the only solution, guys. There is no other solution. Because, you know, the idea of having the border change, I mean, it's super hard to read, right? Like if you have the the cards already have their border, right? So you basically have to do another border around the border and you have to color it like blue if it's yours. I think it should be super clear, right? Who is fighting with what. So it's clear that this guy is fighting with him, this guy is fighting with me. So if I want, I can boost this, or if I want, I can kill this, right? I think we have two arrows, we have an arrow pointing, and that's it. I think I will have an arrow between the card and the player lane, pointing in the direction of the player side. It's a very good choice, eh? You always say yes. Whatever you propose, you always say that it's a good idea. You can color the arrow. Yeah, I can also color the arrow. I can also color the arrow. Yeah, from monster card edge to player lane, yes. Yeah, semi-transparent, yeah, semi-transparent, soft glow, yes. Then keep it static. I don't know, it can appear and disappear. I don't know. But yeah, maybe static. Yeah, I think we will do it this way. We will do it this way. Okay. So we decided a lot of stuff, guys. We are making very good progress. Very good progress. Okay, so let's rewind a bit, right? Do you say rewind or rewind?
Rewind.
Rewind. You say rewind, huh?
Wind.
There is the funny thing about English, no? There is the funny thing about English. Why Russian? Fuck Russian. There is the fun thing about English, right? That wind,
Wind.
but then you add re in front, and it's not rewind.
Rewind.
It's rewind. What the fuck? I mean, why? Why? I don't know. English people crazy. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, let's get back to this thing, right? So we are in turn 1. We are in turn 1 now. This character is here. I can decide to tag it, I mean to engage it, right? I can decide to engage. I can decide to engage or not. Hello, man with a keyboard. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hey, thank you. Thank you. So in here we will do this, right? So this character will attack. This character will attack. So in this is still turn 1 though. And this is still turn 1. This is still turn 1. This is still turn 1. Turn 1 combat. Wait, then we have to do turn 1 and turn 1 combat, because otherwise turn 2. Okay. Wait, we need a turn 1 combat. Duplicate layers. So this is turn 1 combat, right? Turn 1 combat is the same as turn 1, yes, with the difference is that I attack this guy. The stats of this guy become 3-2 and I become 3-2, right? Hopefully heroes will have like 10 HP, 20 HP, 50 HP, I don't know, they will be much stronger. Wind can also mean a spool piece of rope. And you just need to ask for one and you can say no. Dude, you got a mega grant? Yes. Long time ago though, it was like 3 years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, we got the grant like some time ago. But I kept the badge because we are still, you know, I like to say that Epic Games liked our project. Yes, we did an old MMO, yes. We basically ported an old MMO to Unreal Engine. I mean, we ported our old MMO to Unreal Engine, yeah. Yes. We did that. We are still doing it. Still doing it today. Okay. So basically what happens is that this monster is now engaged with me. So I want to have an arrow like this. I want to have an arrow like this that is basically telling me that I am engaged. Now the colors, obviously, we will define. The colors we will define, boys. At the moment. Yes, the color, the arrow will say that this monster is engaged with this lane. Right? So we will attack. This monster become engaged with this lane. He goes to 3-2. And this other guy goes to 3-2. Okay, now basically the turn is finished, right? Because I don't have any more mana, I don't have any more coins, I don't have anything else. Now, if the location has any effect, now we need to resolve the effect of the location, right? Now is turn 2. So in turn 2, what happens? Wait, wait a second. Jeez, this thing is becoming complex, my boys. This thing is becoming complex. Okay. So this is turn 2. Right? There is turn 2 and this guy is engaged here. We didn't play this yet, right? We didn't play this yet. The monster is engaged with you? No, I mean, he's engaged. Yeah, we are not going to marry this guy. I mean, it's kind of an ugly guy, but I mean, he may have his audience, right? But yeah. So he says that this guy is engaged with this lane, right? With this player actually, because he's right. Now on the other side, right? On the other side, which is now turn 2, this guy has a few choices now. He can decide to boost coins 1 and put down a hero. Right? For example, he can put down the same hero for now. We can say that also this guy has the same cards, okay? Let's say that both have the same cards, otherwise it's a mess, right? So let me duplicate this. So this guy is dropping the same hero. Hopefully it will be different, but for now let's say that for now, let's say that is the same, right? And obviously this guy is born with full health, right? 3-5, right? He's born with 3-5, right? So he can decide to do this and then engage another monster. By the way, one monster came down, so actually here we have too many monsters. This monster should not exist, right? This monster should not exist. Delete. Okay. So he has the choice to boost to 1 his coins. With 1 coin, drop this character and engage in combat this creature. He cannot kill this creature, we said, because he's not engaged with him, so he has no way to attack this creature. He cannot attack this creature. No, well, he can, but he gives the experience to you, right? So I think that's the nice thing, right? Because I don't know exactly all the possible cases, but let's say that this character, for example, has an axe that does cleave damage, so that it does damage to all the creatures on the board. Or maybe you have a spell that does damage to all the creatures on the board, right? And maybe with that spell, you kill this creature that you want to have for you, right? And but you also kill the other one, right? Because it's a fireball that is doing 5 damage to everyone, right? Then you will give this 50 XP to this player, right? You will not get the XP because if he's engaged with you, it's yours and the experience is yours. If the other guy decides to kill it, fine, but you get the experience. And I think that this mechanic is very nice because it allows us to have area of effect spells that then you cannot use because otherwise you give XP to the other guy, right? I think it's pretty good. I think he leaves many options. The other thing that this guy can do, instead of playing this, right?
I see it! I see it! It's the flying lasagna monster!
Oh, fuck, no. Oh, the lasagna monster came again also tonight. I see it as well. I see it flying. The lasagna monster. By the way, guys, we are missing only 3 follow to reach 920, huh? Pretty good. So the other play that he can do, right? He can avoid playing this, but he can use a spell. So he can boost his mana and use a spell. And with the spell, maybe engage this creature. Or, even better, he can use a spell to heal this creature. Right? So if he's healing the monster that we are fighting against, right? Then the next turn we will die. If the next turn we will die, this monster becomes free to engage someone else. Now the problem is that if let's assume I do this, right? So I cast a healing spell on this and I heal it, and then is again the turn of this guy. So is this guy forced to attack this creature or not? Is this guy forced to attack the creature that is engaged with? Well, I think we may have heroes, right? We may have heroes that have abilities that can disengage. And we may have, I mean, characters. I should not call them heroes. Well, we can also call them heroes, maybe. We may have, should we call them heroes and not characters? Hello, man, with a keyboard. You could have started in mind if we can attack something else. Yeah, I think they can be special skills, right? Maybe a hero can disengage for free without getting attacked, without taking the damage. Maybe another one can disengage by taking half of the damage, right? Maybe there are people that can never disengage. The majority will never be able to disengage, right? Being able to disengage and attack something else, wow, that I think is a lot, because it's like 2 actions in 1 turn, right? But I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's fun if some heroes can disengage, others cannot disengage. I think it's kind of fun. And but okay, let's say that this guy decides to now what can this guy do? This guy is 3-2, right? So this guy is gonna die. This guy is gonna die. This guy is 3-2. And this is also 3-2. So if I attack, I'm gonna die. So the only thing that I can do, I can hope. I mean, I can boost my mana to 1, right? And I can use this magical spell to kill this creature, right? And then with this guy, I can engage another creature. Or I can heal my guy, maybe, with a spell. Or I can give... okay, and here is the... Okay, I think all this works, guys. All this works is fantastic. I like it. It's good. If it works, it works. So now I want to reason on something else. Items, because spells are easy, right? Spells are very, very easy. Spells, you know, you do damage with the spell, you heal with the spell, you I don't know, you disarm a creature so they cannot attack, you disarm another hero, you know, you have a million ways. So spells are easy. Spells are easy, can do anything. But now the problem is items. Items. So the question is, are items equipped on a hero? Or are items global to your lane? Because, you know, this will become very, very, very different when I have this other character in play. And I say, oh, you know what? Now I want my sword in play, right? And what do I do now with this shit? What do I do now? So the question is, so an item, I mean items, you may imagine items, right? Items can be, it provides +1 attack, it provides a shield, and so it allows you to avoid 1 hit up to 10 HP. It makes you invisible, and so you can avoid one hit for a creature, you know. Allows you to, I don't know, attack 2 creatures at the same time. He adds poison to your weapon for 2 turns, you know, or whatever, right? An item can be whatever. But the question is the item equipped on a hero? Or is the item just played like a hero? So my first instinct, you know, will be that the item is equipped on one of the heroes, which gives a lot of fun effects, because you can equip it on a hero that is about to die, like this guy, right? And if you don't heal it, he will die and this item will be lost. Or, even better, this item can be claimed by the opposing player. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, that's too much. No, that's too much. I mean, stealing cards will be... I mean, you can have a spell, that may be a very costly spell, that is stealing an item. Yes, I mean, that would be easy to create, right? But... because the problem here, you know, the problem here is that, let me ask if there is any card game. Is there any card game where you have heroes and items you can equip? So heroes cards, heroes cards and items cards you can equip on a items cards you can equip on a hero. Yes, many card games do this. Well established proven pattern. Hearthstone, no, Hearthstone doesn't do this. Hearthstone keeps on the hero, but not on the hero card, on the character card. Artifact. Wow, Artifact. Oh my god, Artifact is the one that died from the beginning. I played this game actually in beta. I think it was absolutely awful, by the way. It was too complex, 3 lanes, it was a complete mess. It was a complete mess, this game. Heroes cards are on the board. Items are separate cards. Heroes have item slots. Weapon, armor or accessory. Wow. But how it was played? Here? Oh no, there was the icon here. Oh my god. Nah, it's not. I mean, it's very messy. UI wise is very messy. By the way, this game is completely dead. It didn't even release.
The match. The people.
I played it though. Maybe they will remake another one few years. Deal 2 damage. No, I wanted to see how he put the item. Why this guy is anyway. Why this guy is recording his monitor instead of it's kind of weird, huh? I wanted to see how a weapon is equipped on a hero. But I think it's that small icon, but I think it's super messy. I think it's super messy. Let me see if this guy has any items. It is not an item, not an item, not an item, not an item. No, we need like leather armor, right? Like this one, leather armor. We need to understand when he's putting leather armor on some... Okay, put it somewhere. Wait. Equipment can be played on many heroes. Equipment can after being killed. Okay, leather armor. Yeah, the small icon. I think it's unreadable. You see what they do? They basically put the item here. Nah. Nah, I think it should be on the board. I think it should be on the board, but I think it's very messy. Legends of Runeterra. Equipment card attached to a unit. Equipment can transfer on death. Legends of Runeterra equipment. Why there is all stuff there is no... Huh? What the fuck? I'm searching something and something completely different comes up as a result. Why? Let me see what this guy has. Vengeance, Sidesvale Archer, Bubbling Bear. Unfortunately, has no equipment in these cards. There's no equipment. Still no equipment for what I see. I never played this game, but... I wanted to see how they visually attach the... No equipment. Ah, wait, the guys have additional icons. Maybe it happened? No. This one seems to be an equipment, maybe, no? No, there's no equipment here. No. There's no equipment in any of these things. $53 minutes. Well, there should be at least one equipment in 53 minutes, I guess. No? These are all heroes. Maybe I'm not understanding. It points that he's playing the same deck. So by playing the same deck, he has no equipment. I don't know, maybe it works differently and don't understand how it works. Wait, that Curse of the Rat, what was it? There was a thing that looked like an equipment, this one. This seems to be a weapon. No? Maybe it's a spell. Fuck, he won. He won without using it. Fervor, no. Any one of you play this game and know how equipment works? I mean, we could install it, but I don't see any equipment here. Reborn Tome. And unfortunately it's 53 minutes, so when I click, you know... Maybe it's this weapon. You see this thing? Maybe it's this weapon. I don't know. No idea. Yes, Reverbone. I think it was that weapon. Yes. Yes. I think he appears as an icon on the card. Wait. I think we have it in this game. Yes, yes, yes. Is this card here? These two cards at the bottom? Come on, use the weapon, please. I want to see how it looks. But I think I understood anyway. But yeah, and it is. No, no, no. There is another hero. Now, so there is a Ravenborn Tome, which is an equipment. When my bearer plays a skill, copy it, right? So there is an equipment that you can add on top of a hero. And the way they do it, they probably only allow one equipment per character, which by the way seems to be a great idea. You only know how it works in Magic the Gathering. How does it work in Magic the Gathering? Do you have your own deck or share hero stack, item stack? No, you have your own deck, yes. You build your deck, yes. You see, you put this into this character, and now this character has the equipment icon. I think having only one equipment per hero seems very legit. Right? I think with one equipment per hero, I think we can do it similarly. How is Magic the Gathering... Magic the Gathering equipment. Well, maybe it was already saying here. Flesh and Blood, 1 hero per player, equipment is chosen before the match. No. Pathfinder. Wait, did it say Magic the Gathering before or no? Artifact, no. No. How does Magic the Gathering use equipment? I don't remember it. I played Magic before, but it was a long time ago, so I don't know. Equipment is a subtype of artifact. Equipment cards are played to the battlefield. They do nothing by themselves. They might be attached to a creature to have an effect. Okay. As an object to the ground. Yeah, but Magic the Gathering, I mean, the board of Magic is very messy, right? So I don't know if it's a good practice, right? Even if Magic the Gathering is one of the biggest games, so and most successful ones, so maybe I should pay more respect, you know? You put an equipment as an artifact in the game and then pay to equip it and equip it. I see. What happens when the creature dies? There is the key genius of Magic design. The creature dies, the equipment stays on the battlefield. It becomes unattached, so you can equip it to another creature later. This solves a huge feel bad, you don't lose both the creature and the item. Okay, we can do the same. If you played Magic the Gathering, was this mechanic of the equipment not dying, not being discarded good? Is the can you add more than one equipment in MTG to the same creature? It is what distinguishes from a creature enchantment is also get destroyed with a creature. I see. In Magic the Gathering, yes, you can attach more than one equipment to the same creature. Oh my god. No, but that becomes impossible. That becomes impossible visually, right? That becomes impossible visually. And then it becomes also impossible to keep in mind and do the calculations of what the hell that creature is doing, right? I want to see it on the board. I want to see it on the board. GG. No board. No board. Equipment stacks. Bro, I want to have a one MTG gameplay with equipments. Please. Please. You played it, so maybe you know. I didn't play equipment that much. They're usually expensive if it's low play. I see. I see. Why the results of YouTube are so messy now? Very messy, bro. Can I see a game? No. I can only see cards. Fuck it. Why when I search I get like I'm searching Magic the Gathering gameplay and it's giving me can humanity survive the cosmic invasion? What the fuck? Did they fuck up completely the results of YouTube? I will never find. These guys have all cards signed by Magic the Gathering creators. Wow. Okay, I will never find it because I don't know the cards, so I don't know the cards, so I cannot really understand what they are doing. But fine. I think what we decide. Okay, so for now, what we decide is that equipments can be attached to a hero. You sort of lay them behind the creature. Yeah, exactly. So I think we decided equipments can be attached to a hero. You can only attach one equipment. When the hero dies, the equipment stays available. And you can attach it to another hero. I don't know. Now, because we have another problem that we didn't discuss, right? We didn't discuss one problem. That if these heroes die, considering that you have in our deck building, right? In our deck building, we said that you can have only 4 heroes. Right? So your deck is built with minimum 4, maximum 4 heroes. We didn't discuss what happens when they die. My suggestion is that when they die, they don't die. When they die, they don't die, but they get disabled for 1 turn or something, and you can put them back in play. Because this is basically your team, right? This is your group. This is your adventurers group, right? So they don't die, they are defeated, right? They are defeated. They go like to 0 HP and maybe they take 2 turns to revive, and then you can put them again in play or something like that. No? What do you think? Because if they die, right? If they die, let's assume that they kill your heroes first. They kill your heroes fast, right? Another thing that I didn't tell you is that every turn you get a hero from your cards, from your deck, right? So that's guaranteed, right? It's guaranteed. So basically you have another pile that is the heroes pile, and you... Yeah, so when you're here... Exactly. We need a hero pile. We need a hero pile? Yes, we need a hero pile. So basically you have 2 piles of cards. You have spells and items together, and you have heroes. And you can draw 1 hero card per turn. Because your hero are the one that engage. Now, if they die, or we put it back into the hero pile, right? Which is a possibility. So from the point of view of the board, right? From the point of view of the board, let me think about it 1 second. So we have Clonimatic versus Vichy Vinch. This is their XP. These are the location cards. These are the creature cards. And then we need their deck. Each one needs to have their deck, right? But their deck is actually made of 2 groups then. The creatures deck and the everything else deck. Which at the end is spells and items. Or, oh my god, that is a weird concept. Or your hero are all available at the beginning, already on the board. So you have 4 heroes, they are all here at the beginning. No, but that becomes a mess. No. No, that's a super bad idea. That's a super bad idea, because it doesn't give the choice to which one to use first. No. That's a super bad idea. You know what is the problem though? The problem is that if you have heroes that cost, for example, let's say that you have heroes that cost 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And unfortunately, you draw the one that costs 4 at the first turn, you draw the one that costs 3 at the second turn, and so on, right? So you draw them basically reverse. So you basically cannot play them until you draw the number 2 in the 3rd turn, right? And that is very disruptive. That is very disruptive. Very disruptive. Because the other players start to tag creatures. Well, I mean, luckily you may use spells, right? Maybe you can use spells to counter something. Yeah. Well, you can make a deck, you know, you can make a deck with a lot of spells, low cost, and a lot of heroes, high cost, and you plan to survive, you know, the first 4 or 5 turns just with spells, and then you Um, um, so, do you have an opinion, guys, on the heroes? On the heroes not dying, but just getting disabled or just getting put at the back of the, I mean, put back in the drawing pile. Just put back in the drawing pile. I think yes. I just don't know if I want to really have a pile for heroes separate from the normal drawing pile, or if I want to have one pile where the hero is chosen randomly. I mean, if you would play the game physically, right, then you would need two piles. Otherwise, you don't know what you are drawing, right? But I find it a bit messy to have two drawing piles, right? That could have merit one pile shuffled. Okay, but if you have, okay, so no, because my idea was to have one hero guaranteed each turn. Okay? Considering you have maximum 4 characters. One hero guaranteed each turn. That was my assumption. We can change it, right? We can change it. But it basically allows you to start with a hero. And yes, you may be unlucky and draw a hero that costs 2 or 3 the first round, but that's up to you to make a deck, you know, that actually makes sense, right? But then, if we take this hero and put it back into the pile of stuff to draw, right, to the drawing pile, then it means that maybe that hero will arrive very, very later on, right? And you are stuck with spells, and you cannot tag, you cannot attack, you cannot, right? So it becomes very limiting. It becomes very limiting. Also because I think the idea is that if you, so let me ask you a philosophical question. If there are no heroes in play, right? If there are no heroes in play, and you want to cast a spell, who is casting the spell? You player? That's a bit weird, huh? I mean, it's a philosophical question. We can just say, fuck it, who cares, right? You just play the spell. Yes, you player, right? But in theory, it would be nice if he's a hero that casts a spell, but that's probably too much. That's too... I mean, that becomes a very, very strong constraint, right? It becomes a huge constraint. Because then if you have no heroes in play, and you cannot play the spells, and you cannot play the items, because the items are attached to hero, right? You are really fucked. And if you drop a hero and they kill it, then you are back to square one where you cannot play anything, right? So yeah. So I think you exist. I mean, you, the player, somehow exist in this game. Philosophically, roleplay wise, right? You exist. You may be the chief, right, of this group of adventurers, right? Or you may be the wizard behind this group of adventurers, right? And so you can actually cast a spell, give them items, you know, buy stuff for them and such, right? So you are a commander somehow. So you are a commander of these people. And you are a wizard as well. So you can cast spells to help them on the battlefield, right? So I don't know if you want to represent you as a player in this thing, but maybe yes, right? Maybe your icon, right? Maybe your icon here will be... Yeah, so this is the guy casting the spell, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, we really need to decide. We really need to decide this pile of cards. I mean, it is kind of easy though, because we already have it here, right? It is kind of easy. Yeah, it is very easy actually. Because we actually already have it here. So we have creatures here, we can have characters here, and we can have spells and items here. So it's actually one per lane. So it's very, very easy actually. Yes, I think it's decided. I think it's decided, my boys. Let me go back to game start because we have to do a lot of changes. This is game start, right? This is game start. Let me delete some of the text because anyway, this text was something that I was thinking, but it's not really relevant. Also, it's in Italian, so you cannot read it. So let me do this. So we keep the deck building here at the top just because we want to have the deck building, right? But then here we have a pile of creatures, right? Then we have a pile of heroes. I still have to understand if I want to call it heroes or I want to call it... No! Wait, how do we do this? No! Wait. Relax. Everything is fine. Relax. Fuck. Why is never the right color? Why? Okay. I'm there. I'm there, boys. I think this game start to be something, huh? I think this game start to be something. I tell you, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that this game is becoming something. I have the strong feeling. Wait, huh? Okay, these are characters are red, right? Characters are red. Creatures in theory are white. Do we want to call them heroes or characters? I think heroes sounds better. Let me keep it character, just because I called characters everywhere, maybe we change it at the end, okay? Okay, so 4 characters. 4 characters, okay. No. Okay, so the deck, so the board is like this. I need more space. No, I need to move everything. No. Oh my god, I need to move everything down. Okay, I will not do it. No, I will not do it because it will take me like 3 days. I will not do it, but I will put here. So we assume that this, right? This is the pile. Because otherwise I'm really going crazy, yeah? So this is a pile, okay? A pile meaning, wait. Layer to image sides, paint this color. Oh. Oh? I cannot paint. Please, let me paint, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, there is a block of cards, okay? There is a block of cards. And these are exactly your items and spells. Characters, no. Characters, no. Characters, no. Okay. So here at the bottom, right, you have the same. Say that this goes with that. This we take. Now the board setup is a bit complex, but I think at the end is very easy. I mean, it's very meaningful. I think at the end. I think at the end it will work, guys. I think at the end it will work. It will work. It will work. It will work because you basically have one line, right? One line with all the cards to draw. Okay, it's basically like this, right? Now, it is a bit messy. Here it is a bit messy because 1, 2, 3, 4. Depends how many cards you can have in your hand, right? But these you are keeping in your hand. So, in theory, but yeah, we could move, right? We could move. Let me do this. Okay. What happened? Uh-oh, something got destroyed. Why this one disappeared? Huh? What the fuck? Wait. Something bad happened. Okay, now it's fine. This one disappeared for whatever reason. So basically there is one lane, right? There is one lane. Which is this lane. Which is the lane of the decks, right? There is the lane of the decks. Right? There is the lane of the deck. So you have one part of the board which is only decks. Hello, Phoenix. I prefer Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Link style. Did you know it? What is the Dual Link style of Yu-Gi-Oh? Dual Links? What is Dual Links? Explain it. Explain it, please. Okay, so let me save this because I'm not saving it since 2 hours. Okay, so you have one lane on the right of the board, which is all the decks. Okay? Well, except the location, we stay on the left, but so these are the items and the spell of this player and the characters of this player. These are the neutral creatures. Well, not neutral, but anyway, these are the creatures. And these creatures are taken from the creature that you bring in your deck and the creatures that the other player brings in his deck. These are the locations that are also taken from both decks, plus neutral location that the game provides, and these are the characters, these are my characters, and these are my items and spells, right? So when the game starts, okay, let me see. Now we have to change all the freaking, no. Well, it's not that hard though, because it's all this part. I think we can copy paste it massively and just put it there. Yeah, I think I can do this. Look, I think I can do this. I can just copy this and then just paste it on top of this, and hopefully we'll do something. Yeah, with the only... Yeah, I have to move those cards to the left. Fine. I will do it. Okay. So now, and this 30 creature needs to be destroyed, right? Yes. Never the right color. Okay, I'm just trying to readapt all the other turns, you know, to have the same... all the other turns, it is smaller, faster gameplay than normal Yu-Gi-Oh! I see. But no, I don't know it, so I have no idea. Our game is very nice, I think. Whenever it will be ready, if we'll be ready, one day, if. Fuck, never the right call. If. Huh? What? Hello? Ah, because he's on top of that. Jeez, Louise. Okay. So turn 1 we adapted. Now turn 1 combat, we have the same problem. But you know what? You know what I will do? Very easy. I will do this. I will take all of this and all of this, and I will copy it in one chunk, and I will paste it on top of this. Yes. Fantastic. Huh? It's correct, right? And then I will do the same here. Here, the difference is that here I did, what did I do? I don't know, I just removed that. Okay, fine. And I have this card that is actually a movable card. And I deleted this because this is movable, right? Okay, fine, I can do that. Can do that. Obviously, because Alpha came back. Okay, so now we have all the screens. I think now we have all the screens. And this one are the very old screen we can delete. Yeah. I think we can delete this layer. We can delete this layer. Okay. Do you want me to explain it again one time? I will explain it to you. I will explain to you how this game works up to now, okay? I will explain it to you right now from the beginning. Okay? Let me know what you think. This will become something, my boys. Hopefully, if I put enough effort into building it. Okay. So you build your deck, right? You build your deck putting 4 characters, 2 locations or more, 4 creatures or more, 0 spells or more, 0 items or more, for a total of 40 cards, right? Then after you do this, you divide your cards in these piles. Every creature goes into this pile, every character goes into this pile, every item and spell goes into this pile. The enemy does the same and puts his own item and spells here, his characters here, and is mixing his creatures with your creatures. Then you take your locations and you put it here, and the enemy does the same. In addition, up to 30 creatures, the game is automatically filling with random creatures the remaining slots. So if you have a deck without creatures and your enemy has a deck with 10 creatures, the game will supply another 20 creatures for a total of 30. And if you have a deck with 2 locations and your enemy has 5 locations, the game will supply another 3 random locations for a total of 10. Then the game starts, you draw the cards, and you draw 1 character, guaranteed. By the way, why we have this second character in the first turn? That is impossible, huh? I mean, this may happen only in the second turn, by the way. Yeah, exactly. So I should remove it from here, otherwise it's confusing, right? I don't know yet how many cards you are gonna draw. I don't know if it's 5, but let's assume for now that it's 5. Let's assume that it's 4, so I have them already in the right sequence, right? So you draw 1 from the character pile, and you draw 3 from the items and spell pile. Right, probably will be 4, but anyway, let's say 3 for now, right? The same does your opponent. Then your turn starts, assuming that you go first. If your turn starts, we go here. And here we have the same problem that this card should not exist at the moment, because you cannot draw another hero, right? So the game starts. You have 2 resource pools, coins and mana. You decide to increase the coins, right? And so because you can afford to buy this hero. So you increase it by 1, this becomes a 1-1, then you play this hero on the board, and so this goes to 0-1, right? Then your turn is done, because you don't have any resources to play anything else, right? No, fuck, I forgot. No. Delete what I said. 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 This is not correct. This is not correct. So you draw your cards, right? You draw your cards, and then the turn starts, right? When the turn starts, the game is drawing, or you, right? Draw one location and one creature from these two piles. So this needs to happen before you do your thing, right? Obviously. So this happened first. So you see the location, you see the creature, and then you decide what to do, right? Because it's basically like you are entering a dungeon and you decide who to send, right, into the dungeon. So you see this creature and you see the location, you say, yep, this is a good thing for my hero to go and fight. And so you do what I just said. So you boost your coin to 1, you spend your 1 coin on this guy, you put it on the board, and you decide to engage with this creature. So in turn 1 combat, where this girl should not exist as well. Exactly. So in turn 1 combat, obviously. Okay. In turn 1 combat, you decide to engage this creature, right? This was a 3-5, you are a 3-5 as well. You attack it, this creature becomes engaged with you, meaning that the enemy cannot claim the XP, so the XP of this creature in any way it dies will be yours. And you fight, and this one becomes a 3-2, and this becomes a 3-2, right? And this creature is now engaged, and you see it with this icon, right? Now, in your turn, you cannot do anything else, right? Because it is still turn 1, right? Now is the turn 1 of the enemy. Now, the turn 1 of the enemy, we didn't really model it too well. No, we didn't. We didn't model it too well, but anyway, the enemy can do the same thing, right? So can boost this thing, can put a hero down, but before doing this, the game will pull another creature, right, into the dungeon, which is this creature, and the location will stay because there are monsters still to fight, right? If the monsters are all destroyed, the location will change. If the monsters are not destroyed, the location will not change, right? So you can fight the whole game in the same location in theory, right? Now, the enemy can do the following things. It can engage this creature, or it can even kill this creature, but this will just give you XP, so it will not do it, I assume. Or he can cast spells from his hand to boost this creature that is attacking you. So he can heal it, he can give it extra damage. I don't think he can give an item to the creature. I mean, that would be kind of interesting, but that is something we have to decide, if the items can be also used on creatures. I don't know, maybe yes. Maybe yes. It's a bit weird, but maybe, like, for example, if you give a claymore to this guy, I don't know how we can use it, but physically. But But yeah, let's say that at the moment, no, maybe in the future, right? So so he plays his turn, right? And he engage, for example, he engaged this creature, right? And he attacks it. So at that point, there will be him with this and you with that. Okay, the game goes on. This creature get killed. You get 50 XP, right? So you will get your 50 XP here in this box. And then another location goes through. You cast some spells. You use some items. You drop some more characters. Your character die. They go into the pile. They revive after some time. And such. The game ends when the game ends. I think we can have the game end two ways. Or when the pile of creatures is finished, but I don't think it's a good idea. Or when a certain amount of XP is obtained, right? Which seems to be the easiest to me. So we can say, for example, you need to reach 500 XP, right? And so the first of the two players to reach 500 XP wins. End of the game. Done. Done. Now, there is a lot more obviously to decide. I mean, there is, but I have to go now. But there is a lot more to decide. For example, I mean, there's not really a lot more to decide on the game, on the base game mechanics, right? But obviously, we have to develop all the creatures, all the stats, all the special skills, all the location skills and ability, whatever, all the location events, what happens in a certain location, all the cost of all the heroes. So, you know, I mean, it is a lot of work and is a lot of play testing and is a lot of things to do. But I think in terms of a possible game mechanic, I think this one I like. I think it allows a lot of synergy, because basically what are the possible synergies, right? The possible synergy is I put in my deck monsters that I can kill easily and I can get XP for, right? I put locations in my deck that are boosting my heroes or are weakening certain types of monsters that I put in my deck, right? So the synergy is hero to monster, location to hero, location to monster, item to hero, right? Spell to hero, spell to monster. So the synergies are so many, right? Are so many. So in terms of building an interesting deck, right? Which at the end is the fun part of collectible card games, right? I think there is a lot. On the other side, is it a game that is PlaneShift? Absolutely yes, because the spells are all the in-game spells. The heroes will be all the in-game heroes. The creatures as well. The locations as well, right? Plus, it feels like you are entering a dungeon and you are fighting certain creatures with someone else fighting for the same experience, right? Exactly like it happens in an MMO, right? You enter in a dungeon, you see one monster, you want to claim it as yours, and the other player also want to claim that XP, right? And so this card game works exactly the same way. So I think it's great. But yeah, we have to... Yeah, but I like it. I think I like it. I don't know if there are any major flaws, right, in this, but... I don't know, I don't think so. I think it's fun, you know, to bring your heroes, right? Maybe people will have different liked heroes, like they will be, I don't know, Amirizon or Armquist. I mean, bringing Arquist into battle, for example, will be fun. But I think that we can specialize the heroes, right? So they can be certain heroes that are pure fighters, and there are other heroes that are support, right? So, for example, maybe Arquist, what he can do, he can boost any equipment, doubling their stats, right? So if you have Arnquist on the board, which is our blacksmith, by the way, is the main blacksmith of the game, right? If you have Arnquist on the board, any equipment doubles his stats, for example, right? And maybe he does very little damage, right? Arnquist maybe does very little damage in combat. But if you bring like Gregory, right, which is our battle master of the arena, right? If you bring that guy, then maybe he's doing a lot of damage, but and is very costly and he does a lot of damage, right? Or if you bring, I don't know, Evelyn or a wizard, right? Any wizard, maybe they boost the spells, or they have extra spells, or maybe every round they can kill a creature. I don't know. We can invent whatever we want, right? So game mechanics are infinite. Okay, guys, I think that's all. I kind of like it, actually. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I have to think about it, but yeah. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone that followed and everyone that participated to the discussion. I will be here tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. And meanwhile, if you want, you can play the game. Our game is released on Steam and also is downloadable from our website. It's exactly the same game, so you can download it from here if you don't want to have it through Steam, or you can go through Steam as you wish. And you can play our game for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac, because it's released on 3 platforms. And yeah. Bye-bye.